Eager to get behind the wheel of a brand new car and wish those lockdown blues away? Well, since the auto industry had come to a standstill till not too long ago due to the coronavirus situation, lots of brand new cars that were to launch post the Auto Expo earlier this year will now be launched very soon. So let's take a look at those shiny new SUVs, hatchbacks, sedans and MPVs that will make it to showroom floors in the very near future. One of the biggest launches of 2020 will undoubtedly be the brand new 5th generation Honda City. The new mid-size sedan is larger than its predecessor and is set to get the best in-class cabin width. Top spec models will come fully loaded with LED headlamps, a sunroof, a large touchscreen infotainment system and a lot more. The City will get the tried and tested 1.5-litre diesel along with a new 1.5-litre petrol engine that will get both a manual and a CVT automatic option. But that's not the only car Honda will launch soon. The Japanese automaker will also launch the WRV facelift and the Jazz BS6 in India. The WRV facelift will get styling updates like a new chunkier front bumper, a new slatted front grille and LED projector headlamps. Engines, both petrol and diesel, will also get updated to meet BS6 emission norms. The Jazz on the other hand will come with tweaks to the grille, the front bumper along with LED headlamps and daytime running lights. The Jazz will only come with a BS6 petrol engine mated to a manual or a CVT automatic. India loves its SUVs and in particular its sub-4 meter compact SUVs, and there are 3 brand new ones coming to the market soon. The Kia Sonet shares its underpinnings with a Hyundai Venue but with a much more conventional and muscular design language. Packed to the brim with features, this rather cool compact SUV will have a 10.25-inch touchscreen, a Bose sound system, a 360-degree parking camera and drive modes. There will be 2 petrol engines and 1 diesel engine on offer, all of which will get a manual or an automatic gearbox option. Expect prices to be around the 7 lakh to 11.5 lakh range. The second in our list of sub-4 meter SUVs is the Toyota Urban Cruiser. The Urban Cruiser is essentially a badge-engineered Maruti Suzuki Vitara Brezza and will get a new front bumper and grille, giving it a differentiated look as compared to the Brezza along with a lighter colored interior. There will only be a petrol engine on offer just like the Brezza, and Toyota is set to offer the 48-volt mild hybrid setup on both the manual and automatic variants. Expect prices to be around the 7.5 to 11.5 lakh range. The Magnite will be Nissan's entry into the sub-4 meter SUV segment and will be priced ultra competitively at around 5.25 lakh rupees. The Magnite will have an upright design language with chunky wheel arches and the option of 2 petrol engines, both 1 litre, 1 naturally aspirated and 1 turbocharged unit, both of which will get a manual or an automatic gearbox option. Expect connected car technology, a large touchscreen and even a 360-degree parking camera. No upcoming car list is complete without a Maruti Suzuki, and the next launch from India's largest car maker will be the petrol version of the Maruti Suzuki S-Cross. Replacing the diesel engine in the S-Cross will be the K15 1.5-litre 4-cylinder petrol that makes 105 horsepower and 138 Nm of torque. This BS6 compliant engine will get a manual gearbox and a torque converter automatic, which in fact will be the first ever time the S-Cross will be offered with an auto box. Prices are expected to be lower than the outgoing diesel model at about 8 to 12 lakh rupees. As has been the case recently, SUVs seem to be the flavor of the year, and an SUV that has been highly anticipated this year is the all-new 2nd generation Mahindra Thar. The new Thar will continue to have the familiar Jeep-inspired face, and much to the relief of the future owners, will get a factory-fitted hardtop option too. The interior too will see a massive step up with a touchscreen infotainment system, a front-facing row of rear seats and better quality all-round. The Thar will also have a diesel engine on offer with a manual and an automatic, while a petrol version is expected to make its debut too. Mahindra will also launch the BS6 version of the Marazzo MPV soon. The 1.5-litre diesel engine is expected to continue with 123 horsepower, and there will also be the addition of an automatic gearbox. The Marazzo will also get a 1.5-litre direct injection turbo petrol unit that will make 163 horsepower. In addition to the Marazzo getting a more powerful petrol, the XUV 3002 will get a 1.2-litre direct injection turbo petrol engine that will make 130 horsepower and 230 Nm of torque. The engine will be mated to a manual gearbox and will most likely come in a new sports trim with body graphics and an all-black interior with red accents. With the diesel engine gone, the Duster soldiers on with a new BS6 version of the old 1.5-litre petrol. Things will get a little more exciting soon though, as a new 1.3-litre turbo petrol engine arrives. As on the Nissan Kicks, the direct injection engine will put out a class-leading 156 horsepower. Transmission duties will be handled by a 6-speed manual or an 8-step CVT automatic. The MG Hector Plus is essentially a 3-row version of the standard Hector, but also gets exterior updates like a revised front end with a new grille and updated LED daytime running lights and headlamps. The SUV will also get visual updates at the rear with new tail lamps and an updated bumper with dual exhausts. While the Hector Plus will most likely make its debut as a 6-seater taking on the likes of the Innova Krista, there will also eventually most likely be a 7-seat version. Mechanically, the Hector Plus will get a 1.5-litre turbo petrol and a 2-litre diesel. MG will also launch its large body-on-frame Gloster SUV in India around the festive season later this year. The Gloster, as any large SUV, gets an in-your-face design with a huge grille and large LED headlamps, and overall is even larger in terms of size than the Toyota Land Cruiser. Positioned as an upgrade from the likes of the Fortuner or the Ford Endeavour, the big brawny SUV will come with a 2-litre twin-turbo diesel engine that makes 218 horsepower and 480 Nm of torque. Expect prices to be around the 45 lakh rupee range. Hyundai has already launched the new Creta just before lockdown and the facelift Verna as a digital launch during the lockdown, and will soon launch the updated Tucson facelift. The update will bring a more sharper look with a wider front grille and new headlamps. Interiors will be thoroughly revised too. In true Hyundai fashion, the SUV will pack in loads of additional equipment like the Bluelink connected car tech, a power adjustable passenger seat and a new larger touchscreen. Previous powertrains will be updated to meet BS6 emission norms, so the diesel will get a new automatic gearbox. The most important launch for Hyundai in the latter half of 2020 though will have to be the brand new i20. Featuring a hot new sporty design that will really help it stand out, the new i20 gets a large grille flanked with a set of angular LED headlamps, a sporty front bumper and a really cool rear end design with boomerang-shaped tail lamps. As expected, the i20 will come packed with features and will be powered by a naturally aspirated 1.2 petrol or a turbo 1-litre petrol and a 1.5-litre turbo diesel. Expect the launch around the festive season. Hyundai will also update the Elantra facelift with the new diesel engine, the 1.5-litre motor that makes 115 horsepower and 250 Nm of torque. The engine will be mated to a 6-speed manual or a torque converter automatic. Tata's big launch for the latter half of 2020 will be the 7-seat Gravitas SUV. Essentially a 3-row version of the Harrier with a longer rear overhang and with a redesigned rear end, the Gravitas will still feature the Harrier's handsome front end design with split headlamps and well-styled interior. Under the hood will be a 2-litre turbo diesel making 170 horsepower and 350 Nm of torque. The Gravitas will come with a 6-speed automatic. The automatic gearbox will be the 6-speed torque converter that has been sourced from Hyundai and is also found in the Harrier SUV. Expect prices to be around the 18 to 22 lakh rupee range. If a hardcore off-road ready SUV is what you're looking for and the Thar that we talked about earlier is too mainstream, here is the alternative, the brand new Force Gurkha. This big burly off-roader made its debut at the 2020 Auto Expo earlier this year and will soon be launched in India. Updates on the car for this new gen model include LED daytime running lights and the updated interior with features like a touchscreen infotainment system. Under the skin will be a 2.6-litre BS6 compliant diesel engine making 90 horsepower, and of course it gets a traditional 4-wheel drive setup with a low range ratio. And talking about big brutish SUVs, here is possibly the granddaddy of them all, the new Land Rover Defender. The new Defender has been one of the most talked about SUVs in recent times and will make it to India officially for the first time ever in both the 90 or the shorter wheelbase and the 110 spec, which of course is the longer wheelbase option. The new Defender will be available with a 300 horsepower 2-litre turbo petrol with an 8-speed automatic and 4-wheel drive, with prices starting at 69,99,000 rupees to 86,27,000 rupees. The Defender will also come with a magnitude of optional extras and accessories pack, and although prices have been announced already, deliveries will start only later this year. Positioned below the 3 Series, the all-new BMW 2 Series Grand Coupe will take on the likes of the upcoming A-Class sedan and the Audi A3. The swooping roofline and the pillarless doors combined with the in-your-face BMW design and the large grille will make it quite the exciting proposition for younger and for first-time BMW buyers. The 2 Series Grand Coupe is expected to come with 2 engine options, a 2-litre petrol 220i making 192 horsepower and a 2-litre diesel 220d making 190 horsepower. Expect prices to be around the 32 to 38 lakh rupee range. The A-Class sedan or the A-Class limousine will replace the CLA in India. Based on the new A-Class hatchback in terms of design, the sedan gets Merc's latest styling, which is aggressive with a large front grille and angular headlamps. The standard models will be priced between 32 to 40 lakh rupees and the AMG is expected to be priced higher. The new second-gen GLA will be an important volumes model for Mercedes-Benz and is expected to launch in India in late 2020. The new GLA comes with muscular styling to take on the likes of the BMW X1 and the Volvo XC40 and will be offered with both petrol and diesel engines at a price point of about 38 to 40 lakh rupees. Just like the A-Class sedan, there could be a GLA 35 on the cards for India too.